I want you to know that um, I know I haven't been around for quite a while and I haven't been trading for I think around a month or two. But the market movement does not change. The market movement is the same. I may not have been trading for 2 months, but I know that if I look at my charts well, I have to see where to start and I have to see where the charts are going. So let me take, for instance, I'm a new person or it's been long since I have traded and I want to know where exactly am I supposed to start in the market. Um, if you check your lesson 3, I know you haven't, some of you haven't done it. There's what we call peak formations. On lesson 3, we do what we call peak formations, right? So meaning to say that upon starting my analysis, even after 2 months, I'm going to look for a peak formation. Why? Because I know a peak formation is the beginning of a trend and it is the end of a trend and the beginning of a new trend. All right. So I know that I'm going to look for a peak formation because I know starting from a peak formation, I will know where exactly I am going. All right. So one thing that you should understand again now is that these peak formations, from your lesson 1 introduction, we said this is an M formation or a peak formation high. This is a W formation or a peak formation low. Same applies here and same applies there. So what are we saying? We are simply saying that we want to analyze the possible movement of the market in the coming days. So in short, I am simply saying that let's say we are here and we want to know what's going to happen. What's going to happen is this. All right. Let's say we are here. It means what's going to happen is this. Let's say we are here. It means what's going to happen is this. So already you know what's going to happen before it what? It happens. You already know what's going to happen before it happens. So the only thing you need to do now is to see the pointers of what am I exactly expecting. All right. So this is what we call the market maker cycling. Why is it called the market maker cycling? It is believed that the market repeats itself over time. It is believed that the market repeats itself over time. I always give this easy example and say that if you, let's say, you guys, you always check how you spend your money. Let's say you always check how you spend your money. All right. So I always tell people that every time when you spend your money, if you would record how you spend it, you realize that most of you, like for example us in the African regions, we believe that we spend our money mostly on holidays, right? And especially maybe let's say December holidays. So we spend our money, I can't say carelessly, but we spend our money more on December holidays. And maybe let's say this is April holiday, this is August holiday, and these in between are other months, all right? These in between are other months. So what I'm saying is next year, you definitely know that let's say you are now in November, you definitely know that your spending habits are going to rise because you are nearing the what? The festive season. So this is the same thing that we do also in Forex trading. We are simply trying to say that by using past data, we can be able to speculate, or rather should I say assume, or analyze or project that this is how the market is going to move, all right? We can project that this is how the market is going to what? To move, okay? So we can project that this is how the market is going to move. And upon projecting that this is how the market is going to move, it becomes easier for us to know what to expect, where to expect it, and have a better market analysis, all right, and better trading opportunities. Now, don't worry about what I'm doing here. I'm just drawing here, trying to show you just a few things of what I'm actually doing right now in the market. So I'm just drawing here. I know you're going to learn about all this, don't worry. So in other words, we are simply saying that, our market is right here. So we can speculate what's gonna happen before it happens, all right? We can speculate what's going to happen before it happens, all right? So in other words, I'm simply saying, if we were here, we could see the possible market movement. We could see the possible market movement before it happens. So we know that this is what is actually going to happen in the market before it happens. That's what we mean by MMM cycling. So it is believed that MMM cycling is repetitive. That's what we believe in, that it is a repetition. Hence, the saying that the market moves in levels. They say the market moves in levels. All right. I know this is clear, basic, that most of you should know about. We say the market moves in levels. All right. So in other words, we are simply saying where the movement begins is what we call a peak formation. Where the movement ends is what we call a peak formation. What is in between, it's a level. What is in between, it's a level. And where the trend ends, we also call it a peak formation. Then we are expecting a reversal in the market. And now I'm going to be frank with you. Head and shoulder patterns. You remember we normally talk about head and shoulder patterns, half Batman. I'm going to talk about them as well, the M's and the W's. These patterns, they are 99.9% most common in these areas, right? They are most common in these areas because we say that these are the patterns that we see when the market is about to take a U-turn, or when the market is about to make a reversal. So these are the patterns that we normally see when the market is about to do a reversal. All right. So that's basically the simplest introduction about the Forex market or the market maker cycle, about the Forex market or the market maker cycle. So every strategy has its own way of approaching the market. Every strategy has its own way of approaching the market. However, whichever way a strategy will approach the market, there are always rules and regulations to it. There are always yes, there are always rules and regulations to it. That's what I wanted to say. So you realize that most of these patterns that we see now, they are also visible on other strategies as well. But every strategy has its own way on how it uses these patterns. You can see right here, for me, I can call this a head and shoulder pattern. I can call this a head and shoulder pattern right here. And that head and shoulder pattern was an indication of a reversal of the market. It was an indication that the market is now reversing. All right. It was an indication that the market is now reversing. So that's exactly what I'm seeing with this head and shoulder. I just wanted to show you that these patterns, in most cases, they show you the change in the direction of the market because they're in most cases more common on level 3 or as peak formations. All right. Now, why these M's and W's? Why these M's and W's? The market has a way of trapping traders using these M's and W's. I'm going to explain one, right? Let's say the market is moving in that direction. Remember what I always say, every candle has got orders. Every candle in the market has got orders. There is no candle that doesn't have orders. So the more the market is moving up, there are people who are piling in buy orders. There are people who are piling in what? Buy orders. So immediately when the market gets to this point and they decide to reverse on them, right? They will make sure that they are going to take out those who were buying here, while it's at the same time inducing people to sell the market. So they take out those who were buying and induce those who were selling, right? So now that the market has got sellers, the market will then induce buyers again. The market will then induce buyers again and take out the sellers in the market. So in this case, people who were here will come back here and increase their lot sizes. They will increase their number of positions, right? So in other words, it means in most cases, we end up having 2 times or more the number of people we had this side. Why? Because most people believe something when they see it the second time. Most people believe something when they see it the second time. So it means now the market has got more buyers than sellers. So what does the market do? It goes in the opposite direction. It goes against the buyers. It will better pay few sellers and take more from the buyers. So that's exactly how the market traps traders using these M's and W's. It's not like they just appear from nowhere. There are patterns that are used by the market to trap traders. And also in the same way, whilst the market is moving in that direction, the market, after it has trapped people, or let's say buyers here, it will move in that direction. And we know there are people who are going to put buy setups on this pullback because they believe that they have losses there and these buys will get into profit and cover up the losses of these buy positions right here. To be honest with you, some of you would have already blown your accounts, but the truth is there are some people with very much equity who are willing to hold for as much as they can. and they can hold these trades up until another level 3 there. So $100 accounts will be blown already, but there are some people with millions and millions of accounts who will be still holding. That's the reason why with the small accounts that we trade with, we always teach people to be more precise, because we know that your chances of losing, if they become high, at least you do not lose much. You would have already seen how the market is going to behave before it does. All right. So while they are piling in buy positions, the market will trade away from them again. Some will pile more positions there. Some will start to pile in sell positions now because they see a maturing cycle. So while they pile buy positions, the dealer will take them out using the pullback and then go away. There are some people who will see this and start to pile in sell positions. Why? Because some people, they would believe something when they see it the second or third time. So when they see this, they say, aha, now this is a mature short trade. This is a mature sell trend. Whilst the dealer is already in the business of trapping traders in the different direction already. And at the end of the day, they find themselves in a loss. All right. So that's basically how the trader, how the dealer traps traders in the wrong direction.